So recently I made a video about this beautiful gesture from the father of a student of mine who's Palestinian, where he gave me his kofia. I am deeply, deeply appreciative. I reached out to the family outside of social media because that interaction is not for y'all. Anyway, a lot of people left beautiful, affirming, wonderful comments. And of course, a bunch of people made ignorant, offensive comments. But I did want to address a string of comments with a common thread. A lot of people were commenting, how do your Jewish and Israeli students feel? How are you showing them that you support them? Let's talk about it. I don't currently have any students who are Jewish or Israeli, or at this point in the year that have identified themselves as such. But I have had Jewish students in the past, and I'm always there to love and support them. Now, in the current situation with my student who's Palestinian, he and his family are directly connected to what's happening in Gaza. I'm working on my pronunciation, y'all. Please don't come for me. My student not only has knowledge of what's happening, but he has probably a better understanding than a lot of adults that I know who are my age. And to be clear, when I say what's going on, we're talking about a humanitarian crisis as agreed upon by the global community. We talk about ethics and multiple perspectives in my classroom, and I think this is a case where there is clear and increasing wrong and harm being done, and largely to innocent people, based on the relationship that I have with a student, and based on the shared values that we co-created as a class to govern our classroom by. I am engaging with this student, one, to show him how I practice the values that we talk about in our classroom, and two, to affirm his concern and to show him that he is supported. If I currently had a Jewish or Israeli student in my classroom, and they brought to me that they were impacted by and struggling with the atrocity that happened to so many innocent Israelis and others in Israel, the first thing I would do is take time to listen to that student. I would find out what that student needed from me as a teacher that I could provide. And I would talk honestly about how even my heart breaks and I grieve for those people and their families and those communities. Now, if this student had a political awareness about the situation and was to just straight up ask me, do I support Israel? Then I would be as honest with my students as I am when we have conversations about what the United States, the government of the United States, has done and does sometimes. We are clearly not always in the right. So I'm not in the situation. I don't know exactly what I would say in that moment, but I know that I would try to express support for innocent victims and their families without supporting what their government is doing. Similarly, I can tell them that I love this country, but that love is going to make me call out the wrongness that I see coming from the top. I also know that I don't have the answers, so I would read up on finding ways that I could show support. I would talk to some of my Jewish colleagues or friends and get some insight that might help. I just want to be clear, though, because the video that I posted got a lot of views, and a lot of people wrote really nice things, said really nice things about me. This is a great teacher. That gesture doesn't make me a great teacher. I was just trying to be a decent human